Hey everyone, today's topic is Learn HTML in 8 minutes. Let's begin. First, we'll go through a quick introduction to basic web architecture to understand how the internet works. Then we'll understand what exactly HTML is. After that, we'll have a look at what CSS is. Then we'll go through a JavaScript. And in the end, we'll create a simple web page using HTML and CSS to gain a better understanding of the HTML tags. So without further ado, let's begin. Now, what exactly is the basic web architecture? Now, web architecture is made up of three essential elements. That's the website, that is the front end of a web application that is visible to the user. Then there is the server, which constitutes the back end of a web application and holds and manages all the data. And finally, there's the IP address. This is the address assigned to a website in order to be accessible in the internet. First up, let's have a look what website is. So your browser will start by loading the main HTML file and then the CSS and JavaScript. The user interacts with the website and it's not concerned with the back end of application. Now, secondly, we have the server. Once you have developed your website, you'll have to host it in your server to make it accessible on the internet. Server, along with the database, contains all the data of a website and facilitates user interaction. Lastly, there's IP address, which is in the third element of the web architecture. Now, website is hosted on an IP address. We put a domain name over the IP address the same way we put names over people's phone numbers. When you type a domain name in the browser, it will give you the server call. Server will then send over the website to you. Next, what is HTML? HTML is the most widely used markup language for developing and instructing web pages on the internet. It defines the structure of websites and formats these web pages. So what exactly is CSS then? Now, the CSS is a simple design language used for making web pages look more beautiful and presentable. It can be attached to any HTML element to style it or even position it according to the developer's choice. Then you must be wondering what exactly is JavaScript. Now, JavaScript is a powerful, interpreted language targeted for web development. It is used for making web pages interactive and bringing the web pages to life. So now, let's create your first website. Now, HTML, short for Hypertext Markup Language, is the coding standard for documents designed for web browsers, consisting of a series of elements or tags, and which can be used to structure a web page right. So these elements can include headings, paragraphs, UHDIV containers, tables, and more HTML tags are nested, meaning there are opening and closing tags with the content in between those tags. So now, let's write a simple HTML code that will help you understand the basics of the language. So for this, I'm using the text editor that is Visual Studio Code. You can see that the font has changed and so has the font style here. So now, we've covered a few important HTML tags used to develop a web page. Now there are many other tags available for almost everything you'd want to add to a web page. Now all these are available on the internet for you and you can use them in your website.